Nowadays, it has become very common that employers retrench the employees. At times, due to recession, nowadays, due to COVID and lockdown, and at times, they simply hand over a pink slip to employees. Being in HR, I have been on the other side of the table many times where I have informed to the employees that today is going to be their last working day. At that time, most of the employees get shocked, and some of them are not able to digest this fact that they have been terminated from the organization. In that state of mind, they forget to ask important points which they should ask from the employer and to collect those important documents which they should collect before leaving the organization. As chasing the employees in the organization once you are not working there is really difficult. Moreover, you will need all these documents whenever you will join any new organization. So if you wish to be proactive and want to know what all documents you should collect from your employer before leaving the organization, then watch this video till the end. It will help you not to get into any kind of chasing game later on with your previous employer. So let's get started. Number one, latest salary slips. You need to make sure that you forward your last 3 to 6 months of salary slip on your personal email ID or keep it in a pen drive. In my HR career, I have personally experienced that 50% of employees forget to collect or download their latest salary slips on their last working day, and then later on they keep on chasing the payroll people to get the relevant documents so that they can submit it in their new organization. You need to make sure that you do not do this mistake. Second point, this is very important. Always make sure that you take the clarity when are you going to receive your full and final paycheck. Except the senior professionals, hardly anyone in the middle and junior management takes the clarity on this point, and then later on they keep on chasing the finance and HR people to know when are they going to receive their last paycheck. But if you are a smart employee, you need to make sure that you take the clarity on this point in advance so that you know if you have to use any other source to manage your finances till you get your next paycheck. Most of the organizations take 20 to 30 days to release the paycheck after your last working day. Now imagine if your last working day was 20th of the month. That means you are not going to receive your salary in the next month. How are you going to manage your finances then? Or how are you going to manage your expenses if you will not receive your salary? Or what if you are a single bread earner in your family? The situation will be far more complicated for you. Therefore, it is very important that you take the clarity on this point in advance so that you can manage your finances accordingly. Another point, always make sure that you follow up with all the relevant people regarding your paycheck before the due date. Now let's move towards the third point, but before that, if you are finding this video informative, then do like the video, share it with others as it will help to many employees, and do subscribe to the channel so that you get to watch more such informative videos in the future. Number 3, FNF payment breakup. You need to make sure that you ask the HR what all components will be included in your FNF breakup and how many months salary you will be receiving if the organization is terminating you. Otherwise, later on you will be just figuring it out at your own that how did the company calculate your FNF amount, and you will be chasing the people to know your FNF breakup. Another point, always make sure that you read the termination clause before leaving the organization. Ask the HR to open your employment file so that you can read the termination clause which was written in the appointment letter, and make sure that your termination is done considering those points only. Number 4, PF details. You need to collect your provident fund information like your PF number, your UN number before leaving the organization so that later on you do not face any issue when you want to withdraw your PF amount or when you want to submit your UN number to your new employer. Hardly 50% employees have this information when HR asks them for it during the induction. At your end, you need to make sure that all your personal information like spelling of your name, your date of birth, your employment period is updated correctly on the PF portal. And in case if it is not, then meet the person before leaving the organization with whom you have to coordinate to get this information updated later on. Number 5, ask for the relieving and experience letter. Though most of the organizations are cooperative on this point, but at your end, you need to make sure that you receive the relieving and experience letter and not the termination letter. Otherwise, it is going to affect all your future employment, and every time in the future, whenever you will face any interview, you have to justify the reason of the termination. While simply receiving the relieving and experience letter will never reveal this information if you were being terminated or you resigned from the organization, until unless your new employer specifically asks you for it or checks with your previous organization. So these are the at most important point which you should ask your employer and collect the relevant document before leaving the organization.